Hello, Bjorn. Hello, Laura. Hello, Dr. E and Rocky and Annie. I missed all you guys. This video is just to kind of explain my project that I didn't get to show you in person, my master list of community resources, which I think can be really helpful for your clients. So I'm going to pull this up. We'll go over it, and everybody gets a copy of this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, or you can also email Fiona and have her email me as well. So let me just share my screen with you, and we can talk about this awesome resource that I created for us. Okay, so the first page is just talking about primarily emergencies. Okay, so the first two listings are emergency shelters, and then the second listing is emergency childcare. So the emergency shelters, it does have divided for youth, and then the adults are also divided. There's men and women, and then also the men's overflow shelter. These are changes from the road home, so make sure you take a look at these. These are different addresses now, same resources, and if you can get clients to get a hold of the shelters, they have some really amazing caseworkers who can set up a case with your client, who can help them get housing, food, all kinds of support. And so every time I refer a client to the emergency shelters, I really encourage them to use those case managers because they're really vital. Next on the list is the housing. So primary concern for most people, what do we do if we're facing a housing crisis? And so it depends on which county you live in, and that's important. Salt Lake County has its own housing authority along with Salt Lake City. So if you go to this very first link right here, where it says section8.com Utah, that brings up the Salt Lake City Housing Authority and Section 8, which is also the county authority. Section 8, if you're familiar or not, is the voucher system. And so usually the wait list is fairly long, but I always encourage clients to get on that list and try, because it sometimes is surprisingly faster than they think. You know, people get bumped off the list, they no longer qualify. And so I just, you might as well put yourself on the list and be patient and wait. There's other options in the meantime. Along with your Section 8 housing, you can go to the Utah Community Action and Case Management. They are the program that runs Head Start and a lot of the other local community programs. And so they can set you up, once again, with a case manager who will help you find housing and get you the assistance that you might need, possibly income assistance or food assistance. They have all the connections with the local community, specifically with the United Way too. So a really great resource. Next on the list too is also the Volunteers of America. If you go to the Volunteers of America Homelessness Services, they also will assign you a case manager who will manage finding housing, finding work, finding food, just wraparound support. Also, if you go to the Road Home will also offer you temporary shelter along with these housing applications and case management. So, I mean, really, I would really encourage you to offer your clients these services, because case management is essentially someone stepping in and helping them utilize the resources that they need to. And then at the bottom of the page, you see I kind of start dividing it up by county. So we have Davis County Housing Authority, and you must submit that application in person. So you need to show up with paper in hand to apply for Davis County Housing. Weber Housing, there's the link right there. Same for Ogden City, Utah County, Provo, and Tooele. The next section is for domestic violence. In the domestic violence section, there is a printout that's included at the end of this document for you to look at that kind of categorizes all the services available, because there's really a lot available for people who are in domestic violence situations. I often recommend this first one on here, South Valley Services, because they are discreet. You can't even access the website easily. It's very discreet, and you can find a way to get help without alerting the abuser if they're in the home with you. Same thing with Utah Domestic Violence Link Line. There's also the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And then the Center for Women and Children in Crisis. or Women in Jeopardy for the YWCA. All of those are excellent programs. I know Women in Jeopardy has temporary emergency shelters for women and their children who are fleeing from domestic violence. So it's a really great emergency resource if needed. And then also the Rape Recovery Center is a great place to talk to. They have connections with countless resources and funding options. Next on the list, we're talking about food assistance. So with food assistance, the main thing that you want to direct your clients to do is just to apply for SNAP, which is the food stamps program. And they can do that on the DWS job site, which is jobs.utah.gov/mycase. They can also go to the Utah Food Bank. And if they go to the Utah Food Bank page and click on the Get Help link, there is a program called the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. And that they can sign up for, and they receive a monthly package of food. So this is someone who is chronically in poverty or chronically homeless. This is perfect for them. They can sign up, and once a month they will receive this food. They don't have to go wait in a line. Utah Good Samaritan program, they also have a monthly program. We just sign up with them. And then if we look down here, there's also the Utah Community Action, like I mentioned earlier, who does the case management for the homeless services. They also have a nutrition program. Once again, they're tied in with the Head Start. Really, if you can get in with the Utah Community Action, their case manager can provide services for your whole family, take care of the whole family. The next on the list would be the utility assistance. Clients who can't keep their utilities paid for, they're struggling. The best thing you can do is recommend HEAT, the HEAT program. If they qualify for Medicaid or food stamps, they automatically qualify for HEAT. So that makes the process really easy. So if someone mentions that they're struggling paying their utilities and you know that they're one of your Medicaid clients, you can go ahead and give them this information. So the website's listed. Next on this list is childcare. So for childcare, the first thing I have listed, once again, Utah Community Action, is the Head Start program. Federally funded, amazing program. Take care of the kids. They can provide free immunizations, meals, and once again, if you have a case manager, they can help you with food, all the other problems that you might be facing when you're trying to deal with children. So the next on the list is the At-Risk Youth Services. So this is more for your juvenile offenders who might need a little extra help. You can get them in line with a case manager. You can find out about resources that are available, classes that are available, possibly community service if your juvenile is an offender. And then after the at-risk youth resources, there's the No Jose. And the No Jose is a program that's specifically designed to treat juveniles that are sexual offenders. So this is especially pertinent because a lot of times in legal hearings, part of the requirements for probation or parole for the minors would be completion of the No Jose program. So the No Jose program focuses on helping teens deal with anger management, what is and what is not appropriate sexually, helps them learn boundaries, self-control. It's actually a really great program. I think that it kind of has like a shady connotation, but No Jose is a great place to look for children who you might be dealing with like oppositional defiant disorder or something similar to that. On the next page, we have low-cost sliding scale medical clinics. And so there's also a handout that's attached that has these all categorized, but you've got the community health centers listed, Malahay Free Clinic, we've got the Midtown Clinic, the Multicultural Center, Intermountain North Temple Clinic, which a lot of people don't know about, Intermountain Rose Park Elementary, and that's open to children and everybody in that surrounding area. And all of these community health centers are based on sliding scale, so it just depends on what you qualify for. And then after the community health centers, I have listed to apply for income assistance, child care vouchers, unemployment, Medicaid, or Medicare, you're going to want to go to that DWS page. Same with the food stamps, but it's jobs.utah.gov/mycase. And that one application you can select to take care of everything. To apply for healthcare, always direct your clients to healthcare.gov. I really recommend you referring your clients to this website, especially like a job loss. That's a change in life circumstances, and so that qualifies for an application on that marketplace. And the subsidies are really amazing, and some people can get healthcare that's even free or for a whole family as low as $50 a month. So I would definitely recommend having your clients check out healthcare.gov. And then next on the list is low-cost sliding scale therapy. Once again, there's a handout attached to this. It's got some more information. There's Family Counseling Service in Ogden. There's the Family Counseling Center that's operated by the Volunteers of America. And then there's also some really great resources with the University of Utah Women's Resource Center. You don't have to be a student to go to the Resource Center. You just have to be a woman or identify as a female. University of Utah Counseling Service, you do have to be staff or faculty or student, but you'd be surprised how many of our clients are one of those. And then the Rape Recovery Center, they have free support groups, individual therapy, and case management. And then there's also Life Matters, and that's in West Valley. That's also a nonprofit sliding scale. Next, I also have grief support listed. Now there's a large handout that's at the end of this document from Larkin Mortuary, and it's a list of different bereavement groups. Some of them are for specific cases like lost a partner to cancer or lost a child. Some of them are, prolonged bereavement, but the Larkin's list is really extensive. I don't know when the last time it was updated, but it's already been really helpful for a few of my clients. So that is attached. And also you can look at the University of Utah grief groups. There's a phone number and a website there. The Bradley Center for Grief in South Jordan, Grief Share, which is kind of a co-op grief group, and there's a link on there. And then the next section we have is legal resources. And this is really important because a lot of our clients don't know where to turn when they get stuck legally. So the first place I always refer our clients to is Legal Aid Society. It's low-cost sliding scale legal representation in matters of family law. So essentially you go to this website and you fill out the application and they determine if you qualify. And these are cases of divorce, child custody, child support, family law type situations. If you need help in other kinds of situations, the Utah State Bar has a variety of programs, including a very popular one called Tuesday Night Bar. There are applications for pro bono work, modest means applications, and the requirements for the Tuesday Night Bar are all on the website. And these are things that I would encourage the clients to attend. They can show up with their case, talk to a lawyer that night, and get an idea about where they stand or what these things are going to cost for them. And the last thing under legal resources is expungement assistance, which there is also a handout that's been added to this document. But in Salt Lake County, we have a wonderful resource. We have an expungement navigator, and this is a new position. And so his job is to solely help people navigate expungement and to help clean up their criminal records. And so essentially, he's a case manager for criminal records. Really amazing resource. So make sure you check out that. Underneath legal resources, I have addiction treatment and detox, and I want to add that I've missed a really important resource, and that resource is USARA. So usara.org, USARA.org, has lots of free online groups, in-person groups, advocacy projects, peer support specialists, which are similar to sponsors, and it's all local and it's all really amazing. So that's another resource that I should have listed on here that I missed. Volunteers of America is social detox, meaning there's no medication involved, but they are monitored and they are assisted in going through that detox process. Project Reality is a government-funded medication assistant treatment program, but if you qualify for food stamps or Medicaid, you would probably qualify for Project Reality. And that program is really amazing. They give them methadone, Suboxone, bupropion, whatever it is that they need for their addiction, along with case management and weekly counseling and monthly meetings with a psychiatrist. So it's really a monitored program, and they're not just handing out Suboxone unmonitored. Great program. I've seen a lot of people go through it and have a lot of success, and I have a few friends who actually work there as counselors. So highly recommend Project Reality. Next on the list would be the vocational rehabilitation. So voc rehab, you're probably going to hear people ask about, since we have so many clients coming in asking about disability or FMLA applications. I just always refer them to the state office, which is that 1-866 number right there, or the main office, which is located here in Taylorsville. I haven't called the main office, so I don't know if it's just going to route you through. Just to hedge your bets, though, I would go ahead and refer them to that 1-866 number, the local office. Okay, and so that's the end of my typed document. I just want to show you the things that I added to the end. Hopefully you'll find them very helpful. Right here is the Utah Domestic Violence Shelter Service details. So this shows what each shelter offers, whether they allow pets, children, if it's private housing, or if you're in a group setting. Do they offer counseling, case management? Great information all listed on these 2 pages. And the next page is that free and low cost clinics in Salt Lake area. So these are all the medical clinics on this first page. And if we scroll down, the next page has mental and behavioral, which is very small, as you'll notice, and dental. So this is where it's really important to step up for our clients because they don't have a lot of options when it comes to mental health. Next page is the beginning of the Larkin Bereavement Directory. Okay, so this is Larkin family put together this directory for all of the families, what they have to handle as they deal with the processing of bodies and providing funeral services. Great descriptions of each service, whether they cost, where they're located. Highly recommend this to anyone, no matter where they're at in the grieving process, because there's groups in here that are specifically for people who have been grieving a long time. And it is color coordinated by county, so as you see the different colors, you can see that those are different counties available. Okay, and then the very last page on here is that expungement navigator information. Once again, anybody who has a criminal record that's eligible for expungement, I would highly encourage them to use this navigator. They make it very easy, and they let you know whether you qualify or not, so there's not a lot of confusion. All right. I hope I covered all of the document adequately. If you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to email me, Fionn. Fionn can get in contact with me. And I will try and keep this continually updated. I do come across resources constantly every day. And if you think of anything that I missed, please let me know. I would love to add it onto this list. Anyways, I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I hope to see you out in the field soon. Bye.